Well, Sam, obviously, it's weird. You look up and you guys have 2 turnovers on defense through 4 games. I mean, obviously the sacks, tackles for loss, and you're doing well in a lot of areas. But how is it weird, or what is the feeling to only have 2 turnovers on defense so far?
It's kind of disappointing at times, but it's also motivating as well. I feel like we've had a lot of opportunities to get turnovers, and we've had some missed opportunities. But just stay optimistic and keep playing hard, and know that it's kind of on us to get those, and our team's depending on us, and we need to get that done.
Last year, especially in the secondary, we'd see guys take a lot of chances, maybe make some plays, but if they missed it, there were some big plays, that would go behind them. Is there anything different in terms of the way you guys are, the style you guys are playing this year, or maybe you're not taking as many chances, so maybe it's going to be maybe less turnovers, but also less big plays against you too? Or
Yeah, I don't know if it's playing more conservative. I think playing smarter and understanding, well, I can make this, or I don't know. I guess part of it goes into just having confidence in the rest of your defense. If you don't make that chance, you know that on the next down we'll stop. And I think that that's been huge, playing off of each other, and kind of giving each other the energy to go out and just try to play as fast as you can.
I mean, you mentioned being, just not making the plays when it's there. I mean, is that how you explain it, or how do you explain having? I mean, you guys had 31 turnovers last year, and you're at 2 right now. I mean, how do you explain it?
I don't know. I think we're playing hard, and I think it'll come.
I think Avalos on Tuesday kind of said that you guys aren't going to gamble to be a sound defense. Like, the emphasis is going to be a sound defense. And I guess how much of a test will that be against the triple option against New Mexico, keeping your eyes right and being a sound defense?
Yeah, it's the biggest task, I guess. It's similar to what we had our D-line, our responsibilities for playing Washington State. Our responsibilities was press the pocket, keep him inside, and protect the B-gaps. And it's the same with playing a triple option team. You have your responsibility, you have to execute that. If you don't execute it, they'll exploit it and they'll hit a big play.
Do you guys have a chip on your shoulder? I know you do every week, but when you to face a New Mexico team or a triple option attack, the triple option is kind of giving you guys some fits at times over the last couple of years. So are you guys eager to try to go stop this thing, or at least do better, I suppose?
Yeah, I can't wait personally, and I know a lot of the guys on our team are really anxious to get out and start playing this game, because it is one. Anytime a team beats you, you want to play them again, and luckily we have that chance to go out again this year.
Yeah. We asked Andy Avalos the day he was hired about the triple option. It's been a game kind of that we've been talking about this game for a long time because of the struggles the last couple of years. How did you guys handle it differently, whether it be spring, fall camp? How do you guys think you're better prepared to go up against this, on Friday?
Well, I think it's just overall instilling that mindset in all the players to buy into their responsibility a lot more, and really understand what the scheme of our defense is, and trying to have everybody on the same page, because the minute you get one guy who doesn't understand his responsibility, they'll bust a big play. So that's huge for this week.
Some of the guys they have on offense are clearly capable of that. They're running back that's averaging almost 13 yards a touch. What have you seen out of some of the pieces of that New Mexico offense?
He's really fast. He's a great player, and it'll be definitely a big task to stop him. And a lot of the big plays that he has busted, you see one guy get his eyes just a little bit wrong, and he'll hit it quick. So you got to really be responsibility sound.
We talk about that with the run game, but how does that also play into what they do in the passing game? Because last year they actually passed for more yards than they rushed for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I'm the right guy to ask about with that, because I get a hi-hat read and I go and try and get the quarterback. But, it's the same keys that we're talking about in the run game. It's all the same in the pass game. You know your responsibility. You know what guy that you have. So I think when a big play busts, it's easy to tell who's kind of getting a little bit lazy with their eyes, maybe.
Obviously, at the ending of last year's game was pretty crazy, ending on the 4-yard line and all that kind of stuff. Just what was the emotional high during that last play, and how tough was it to come so close to tying that thing up?
It is tough. As a fan or just like a college football fanatic, you'd love to see all games end like that, because it is a rush. But being in that position, especially on the losing side, it sucks. And it goes throughout the whole game. It wasn't that one play that decided the game. It goes back to the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter. Getting to that position, definitely preventable. So trying to stay away.
You guys had a pretty good defensive performance against Utah State, only allowing 10 points. How did you feel after that game?
It was good. It was just fun being out there with everyone, and I think the spirits were high, and everyone was really just playing and having fun. People weren't so on edge that they might mess up. They were more going out there wanting to make a play instead of trying to prevent messing up.
Kind of a common sense answer, probably. But last 2 years against New Mexico, they've got 10 plays of over 40 yards against the guys. I mean, limiting the big plays with an offense like that, how important is that?
Yeah, all the limiting plays comes from just doing your job, playing responsible, sound football.
I mean, is that what's tough about the triple option? You can, stop them, and then all it takes is kind of one missed tackle or something, and they can break one for 60 yards. I mean, is that what makes it kind of frustrating to go against?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could go out there as a defensive player and get 50 snaps in the game, 49 of them be perfect, but on that one that you messed up, they could punch it for 80 yards.
You mentioned the motivating because they beat you last year. They came back out and took a team picture on your field last year on the blue, and I don't know if that's circulating around this week or not. But when you first heard about that or saw that, I guess it's a sign of respect. But I mean, would that tick you off a little bit, or does that kind of fuel you a little more this week to get them back?
I don't know if that really plays too much into it. I think just the fact of losing a game, you want to correct it and you want another shot at it.
You kind of touched on it. Like, I know it wasn't good to be on the losing end of last year's games, but you played some exciting contests against New Mexico. I mean, I don't know, do you like to be in close ball games? I mean, is it fun to feel the pressure of needing to make a play and trying to go out and make that play?
It's exhilarating, but I'd definitely rather be in a position where we're winning by a lot.
Sam, for you this year, I know obviously it's been consistently strong this year for you. And I know maybe teams start maybe blocking you a little different. I mean, how have you noticed this year been different for you? And I don't know how opposing offenses handle you.
I think a lot of it goes into our preparation and as a defensive line. A lot of the plays that I've made this year have been freed up by other players making plays. And, that's been huge. I think everyone's been on the same page and understanding that if they do their job, we can get the overall mission accomplished. And, we worked on that hard in the off season and kind of pegged that into everyone's mind. And so that's been a huge area of focus, and I feel like we've done a good job with that.
How much are you enjoying this? For you to be so productive and this be your senior year, and you've had an interesting career thus far. So, I mean, how much have you been enjoying being this productive?
The production doesn't really play into how much fun I've been having. I've been having fun with the guys that I'm playing with. I mean, we have such an incredible group of, the seniors that I've been around for so long, and then playing with guys like Jabril and Moa and Elliott, and just kind of in our core defensive line, we've really came together and been a lot closer than we have in the past. And I've just had a fun time getting to know everybody and forming these relationships with all of our players. I think it translates over onto the field.
So, I know tackling each and every week is big, and it'll be big again this week. How do you feel like it seems like it's gone pretty well for this team? You don't remember a lot of missed tackles or anything this year. How would you kind of consider that, or what have you seen, I guess?
I don't know. I think we can push that onto the coaching. They're so technically sound, and Avalos did some tweaks and stuff with how we're going to tackle this year and how our practice tempos are going to be when we're just in helmets, and a lot of people just go through and kind of tag and stuff and put a lot more pressure onto sinking, getting into a position where you're actually going to tackle them. So on film we can go, okay, that guy has it dialed down, that's a tackle, rather than just running by and kind of swooping your hand by and be like, oh, I got him, which in football a lot of the times those are missed tackles. So just really focusing on sinking your hips down and really attacking the tackles.
I know that donut that they kind of roll out there at practice, I don't know, as a lineman, I don't know how much you get to actually use it or whatnot, but it seems like that's kind of a good simulator, and it also doesn't involve a ton of physical contact. Like, you're not, if you go out and try to tackle Jeremy McNichols, but you can find a way to do it against the bag. That you don't even have to have pads on, probably, for that matter.
Mm-hmm. It is great. I mean, the innovation in football equipment is elevating so much. It's really exciting to be able to get to use all this stuff, and definitely having those donuts and having a realistic look where it's not a ball carrier, but it's moving, so you're not just hitting a bag that's sitting there in the ground, and getting to have your feet under you and really sink your hips and not twist and turn, and coaches can really slow it down and coach you through it and stuff. I think